The 13 Principles of Hufemity. An intentional evolution.
Number 12. Loving relationships. Naturally, love is never owned, restricted, or limited. Agreements that restrict emotional or natural desires are not based on love. Without the confines of religion, social or cultural limitations, deep bonds of love would naturally emerge and form. A drive that becomes a need to bring each other to happiness, ultimately beyond bliss, radiates from one heart to another and occurs spontaneously. Natural bonds of love are wonderfully intuitive and even beautifully instinctive. The very first relationship is the spark of conception, of creation, the intimate bonding of feminine and masculine energy that leads to the birth of a child. When a child comes through the gate of creation, the child's first relationship moves away from its oneness with its mother towards and with itself. Without the illusion and impediment of preconceived notions of right and wrong, which are ultimately based on false moral and religious beliefs, self-love is part of the child's natural developmental process. For healthy emotional, psychological and even indirectly the physical development of a child to wholly occur, self-love needs to be encouraged and supported, not discouraged by unnatural social norms. No deep love or true appreciation for life can exist without first loving who and what you are. The self needs to evolve, embodied with, a reflection of, and most joyously, and profoundly, as the true and pure expression of uninhibited significant emotional bliss. In the process of learning to love oneself, the child's love is naturally directed towards the mother as the child learns to nurture. The first seed that brings the child out of self in this unconditional loving relationship with its mother, is planted. As the child grows beyond the need to nurse, the child's love naturally and instinctively turns towards peers, other children of ours and even the innocence of other species. The child learns to give and receive love from, and towards others, and in the deepest awareness, as part of the one heart within the web of life. As the child becomes a young adult, sexual needs become prevalent. Sexual attraction and deep love are not always the same thing. The young adult learns the difference through the wisdom of elders and more profoundly from their own life experience. In a truly loving relationship, other than being instrumental in bonding with others, natural drive and desires, no matter toward whom they are felt, are encouraged by the lover or lovers to love others they desire, without guilt or conditions, as a means of self-discovery and sexual, emotional, intellectual, physical, and even spiritual development. As sexual desires often calm, true love bonds are formed, beyond the heat of the fire. Although sexual desire may wane, usually due to a misunderstanding or deception, these deeper love bonds, if made, last forever. They are the connection to the one heart, not a bond limited between only two people but spiraling outward to include others that the fire of desire drives one towards. When love is allowed and encouraged to develop naturally as it goes through its spiritual, emotional, psychological, physical, and even wondrously magical stages, the evolution of self goes beyond oneself. When elation develops without the need for control or ownership, it leads one to the greatest fulfillment and knowledge of their true self, which in essence is selfless. Without the confines of contracts, ownership, jealousy, insecurity, lack of self-worth, love will naturally grow stronger and deeper, guiding the individual's awareness towards a loving universal oneness with all of life. The sexual aspect is not as important as the emotional, as the sexual is recognized as usually a temporary attraction based on a biological need. It is the emotional attraction that leads to an everlasting bond. Having said that, it is the combination of the two that inspires the mind to express through creative means feelings that connect all hearts. The flame of desire can be made eternal, through profound honesty, void of game playing and deception. The spark can be continuously and forevermore ignited. In true genuineness void of trickery, the lovers are consumed by the flames of passion, as they dance as one, in a unity of endless ecstasy.